In a faraway land in the east, humans and animals lived together in harmony. One day, both people and animals had a strange dream. In the dream, they saw a tall mountain in the southwest. The mountain was so high that its top touched the clouds. There was a snowstorm at the peak. Then the dream changed. They saw a place full of clouds. In the clouds, a man appeared. With a deep and low voice, he said, "In 7 days, only the animals that climbed to the top of the mountain, their race, were qualified to continue. For the rest, I will send down a flood and kill you all. Today, I'm going to tell you the story of the 12 Chinese Zodiac." When people and animals woke up the next morning, they were shocked. They knew something strange was going on. Some kind of power was behind this. They had to go see the mountain in the southwest. In the human village, people started to panic. They needed someone to go to the mountain and find out the truth. One brave man stepped forward. He knew he might not come back. He packed some food and tools and took his dog with him. Before he left, his wife said, "Take the pig too. It can help carry things, and if you're in danger, it can be food." The man looked at his village one last time. Then he turned and began his journey to the southwest, toward the mountain that called to them all. The warrior's departure was seen by a little mouse living in his house. He also wanted to go see the mountain, just like the humans. But he knew there was no way he could reach the top by himself. Then he thought of the ox that lived with the warrior's family. The mouse ran over and said, "The warrior left alone. The road will be hard. He'll face danger. We've received so much kindness from his family. We should help him." The ox thought about it for a moment, then slowly nodded. "You're right," the ox said. So the mouse climbed up onto the ox's back, and the two of them began their journey together, toward the great mountain in the southwest. In the forest, a tiger was lying on the ground. He was thinking about the dream he had last night. Suddenly, a rabbit ran past in front of him. The tiger looked at the rabbit and thought, "Maybe I'll eat breakfast first, then think about that dream later." So, he quietly followed the rabbit. The rabbit was running toward the mountain. He didn't know the tiger was behind him. He was scared because of the dream. He thought, what if the dream is true? He wanted to go to the mountain and see for himself. In the crack between some rocks near a small stream, there was a little snake. She wanted to go see the mountain, but she knew she wasn't strong enough, not even to reach the bottom of the mountain. Still, she didn't give up. She started moving slowly toward the mountain. She crawled for a long time. Then suddenly, she fell into a deep, dark hole. Inside the hole, she saw a dragon. The dragon caught her before she hit the ground. The snake was very thankful. She looked up and said, "Can you please take me to the top of the mountain?" The dragon nodded. He flew up from the hole, straight into the sky. Very quickly, they were above the clouds, flying toward the mountain. The horses were happily running on the highland. They didn't care about the dream from last night. But one horse was different. He saw the dream as a challenge. He wanted to climb to the top of the mountain. So, he left the other horses. The horse walked alone to the bottom of the mountain. There, he saw a goat standing still, looking at the mountain. She looked unsure and a little scared. The horse walked over and said, "Let's climb the mountain together. You're better at climbing than me." The goat felt encouraged. Then the horse and the goat started walking toward the top of the mountain. In village, there was a chicken. He also wanted to go see the mountain. But he was worried. Maybe he couldn't make it to the top. At that moment, a group of monkeys came into the village looking for food. The chicken didn't like them. He thought the monkeys were always stealing things to eat. One monkey noticed the chicken staring at him. The chicken thought for a moment. Then he walked over and said, "Do you want to go to the mountain with me?" The monkey was surprised but nodded. In the mountain, the mouse used her adaptability to find a safer path. The ox worked hard and used a strong body and great endurance. They climbed without sleeping, day and night. Finally, on the morning of the 7th day, before the sun came up, they reached the top of the mountain. As the weather worsened and the mountain grew harder to climb, the rabbit wanted to give up and go home. But then the rabbit saw a tiger right behind him. The tiger had followed him for 7 days, fearless of wind and danger. The rabbit had no choice. He had to keep climbing. He was very careful. So they avoided many dangers on the mountain. Finally, at sunrise, the rabbit and the tiger reached the top of the mountain. The dragon flew straight toward the top of the mountain with the snake. But near the top, strong wind and heavy snow stopped them. They could not go forward. Still, the dragon wanted to keep trying. Then the snake noticed something. The wind was not so strong on the ground. So they went down and started to climb the mountain. Finally, before noon, the dragon and the snake reached the top of the mountain. Even though the mountain was cold and dangerous, the goat felt comfortable. She felt like she knew this place. She became one with the mountain. The horse lost a lot of energy because of the deep snow. But he didn't stop. He saw the hard path as a challenge. Finally, in the afternoon, the goat and the horse reached the top of the mountain. Even though the chicken made many plans, the mountain was still very hard to climb. They used to hate each other, but now they showed great teamwork. The monkey used his quick, flexible body to help the chicken climb, and the chicken used its sharp claws to dig into the snow to help the monkey not to slipping. Finally, before night came, the chicken and the monkey reached the top of the mountain. Even though the dog was smart, strong, and loyal, and the pig found plenty of food in the snow, the man started to feel sick as they climbed higher. He had trouble breathing. He was forced to spend the night in a cave carved into the mountainside. On the night of the 6th day, the rain began to fall. Rivers swelled and flooded the land. The animals were forced to flee to higher ground. Meanwhile, many other animals were still trying to climb the mountain. But one by one, they were defeated by the storm. On the 7th day, the wind and snow got even stronger. The man walked very slowly. He used all his energy. He was so tired. He really wants to go home to see his wife. But he knew he had no chance. The dog and the pig stayed close by her side. He used the last of his strength to whisper, "Don't worry about me. Keep climbing." But the dog and the pig didn't move. At last, the man collapsed and could no longer move. Then the dog and the pig continued climbing. Before midnight, they reached the top of the mountain. On the night of the 7th day, the animals had a dream. They saw the animals who had reached the top of the mountain, and saw the man. The man said, "I saw your hard work. It pleased me. So, I have decided to stop the flood, for now. We will meet again soon." When the animals woke up, the sky was clear. The flood receded, and both people and animals rejoiced. The animals who had reached the top of the mountain returned as well. But the warrior's wife waited in vain, and the dog and pig stayed with her forever. To honor the animals who reached the top of the mountain and made great sacrifices, every year, humans and animals took turns to honor them. This is the story of the Chinese Zodiac. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's story.